And Patrick McCarthy said that I didn't read his book. By the way, I made a video about that book a couple years ago, about this book. So there you go, Mr. McCarthy. Not only did I read it, I know the movements in it. You're welcome. What is up, guys, and welcome to episode 5 of this karate podcast. Today, we are going to cover the Kata Bassai Dai, specifically the Shotokan variant. Bassai Dai is one of the forms that I've been avoiding doing, and the reason for that is that there are a lot of variations of this form. Some styles of karate have a greater and a lesser, or the Dai in the show. Some don't. But I decided just to jump right in and do the Shotokan version because that's what I have available. All right. As always, credit to good old Albrecht Pfluger, I think that's how you say that, for providing the diagrams we're using today. If you haven't yet, I encourage you to purchase his works. 25 Shotokan katas. It's a classic. It's a good one. The actual bunkai for the movements, maybe not as much, but the diagrams are solid. These have been colorized and enhanced for your viewing pleasures. Now then, let's go. Movements 1 and 2. What is going on here? You know what, let's just focus on 1, really. So, Bassai Dai. We have this entering movement here. We pull in, we've got this big step, and this outside block here. A drill. You're with your sparring partner. Frame up, clinch, pull into the knee strike, and then you step, this big step forward in the kata. You step behind them and throw them over your leg with like an inside reaping throw. So grab, knee strike, throw them, or at least pull them down to the ground. And this form is kind of nuts. I know it's like a staple for many karate styles, Shotokan included, and that's because there's so much in it. Like all your heian or pinan katas, they're really based off like this and kushanku. Now, what do we got here? After we pull them in, we go here, we turn, and we have these outside blocking movements. For the sake, let me zoom out here a little bit. For the sake of practicing in the gym or in the dojo with these movements, we're going to go full up guarding in here. Remember when I talked about the bulldozer in, which episode? I think it was when I did Gion. All right, we're getting our frame up here, and we're moving in close. I'm protecting my head with both arms. So instead of 1, 2, do them simultaneously here. 1, 2, maybe even close together. After that, in the kata, what happens, right? We have outside, we turn, and we do it on this side, right? So here, frame in, check here. You're protecting yourself. You're moving in on top of them here. That turning motion here, we're going to do neck ring throw. Going around the neck, and you're pulling your leg out. You can't see it, but my leg's out that direction, and throwing them over the leg. So, moving in close, bam, bam. Maybe you're parrying a punch or whatever. Getting close with this bulldozer movement. Hooking around the neck, neck ring throw. One of Funakoshi's throws. I'll find a picture, put it here. And you throw them. And then this on the other side, we do this. It's still just practicing the same, moving in close, using that kind of technique. Okay. Neck ring throw. Love it. Really similar to, at least in this context, really similar to like Tayatoshi body drop. Now, let's move on to this. This movement, if depending on the style of karate you're doing, they do things a little bit different here. I've got two really good and similar drills for this. All right, so where we're dropping down, we're going all the way down. You can't see me, but you're going down and inside like this, and then turning. Let's, instead of thinking block here, ankle pick. Right, so what happens when we're doing an ankle pick, right? We're up here, somebody's maybe fighting from a taller stance. I'm gonna block my head with the other hand, reach down low, grab the ankle, and pull. Ankle pick here. I'll pull up a video of this here. Here. Alternatively, and this is something I saw actually, what video was it? I was watching a video on Shore and Rue, their version of this form, and they have, as far as Bunkai goes, kick coming towards you, block, and sweep. And that works too. Really similar, basically. You're catching the kick and pulling it. Either way, I like the ankle pick because I feel like it's more stylistically recognized in modern contemporary martial arts. Ankle pick here with that low movement. All right. Now then, moving on. This here is a wonderful exercise, right? So in the kata, we go here, right? And we go punch, outside, outside. I want you to shorten those movements here, and I want you to think about a clinch, right? So a lot of times, if I want to do a throw from a clinch, I have to work to get underhooks, right? So we're up here, they got their hands around my neck, I got my hands around theirs, and we would do this drill all the time. And you see it with like a Sanshin, right? As well. But basically, from the clinch, you're getting your hands, you're gonna reach through the inside underneath the armpit and then come up behind them on the back. And here. And you can practice that with a partner. Have two students right on top of each other in the clinch and just have them compete for the underhooks, which then you can turn into a throw or lift up and toss. Underhook drill. So forget about the big like outside block, all that nonsense. Underhook grabbing control, which then blends in beautifully into these knife hand blocks here, right? 14, 15, 16, right? So we normally have like these big knife hand blocks here, right? So as I talked about in my previous videos, whenever we see this movement here, stop thinking knife hand block, start thinking control, right? I got like a lapel and an elbow, or maybe I'm doing bicep control on their biceps or whatever, and we're gonna practice pushing them and then taking those pushes, going forwards and backwards, controlling placement of the hips and the shoulders as we prepare to then get into an advantageous position to throw them. So kind of a cool thing. You can actually combine those together if you think about it, right? So we're in a clinch. I can work for underhooks, right? Maybe after we work for the underhooks, they push off of us, they get away, but then not like all the way away, just like here instead of here. And then we position, work this positioning drill forwards and backwards. So again, something really practical. Whoops, that's my canvas. There we go. Something really practical that you can actually use. All right, this one. For this one, I'm not going to give you a application here that's strictly for full contact, like fighting, right? But only because I love the alternative. So in my school, we used to call this trapping hand. In Aikido, they called it something else. I don't remember what, because I was not a great Aikido student. Right? They're really big on like terminology and like knowing the Japanese names for everything. And I was like, show me the technique. Right. But basically we have a cross hand grab. I'm going to trap your hand there. So their left hand's grabbing my left hand, trapping the hand here, wrapping around the wrist and pushing down. And if you've never had this done on you, I'd encourage you to practice it. But basically you're taking your pinky and pretend like you're putting it on your nose, right? And that hurts like hell. If somebody's grabbing you and you pop this on them at full force, is going to hurt like heck. I'll find a video here. I'm sure I can find one. But cross grab, trap here, put them down on the ground, or at least on a knee, and then you pull the arm straight, kick. I'm not going to say like you rip the arm out of the socket because, you know, we're not in the movies, but kick and pull the arm straight. Only because I like that. Is it practical for like fighting? Yeah, maybe not. But I really like that technique. Alternatively, I mean, you could take out like the wrist lock motion here and just put in like a twisting and then you kick out the knee. You guys are creative. I don't need to tell you that, but that's what's going on there. And then this. Okay, so we have 2 more of those knife hand blocks, 2021. Again, just positioning drill. But let's look at this. Aha. This is another one of Funakoshi's throws that he describes in Karate Do Kyohan. In Jiu-Jitsu, we used to just call this bent body. But basically, you're coming up underneath their guard, and you're going to grab them around the hips, and you pull their hips towards you while you shove their chest back with your shoulders here. So 1, around the hips, pull, bent body throw. They're basically just forcing them to fall backwards on their butt. In the kata, I mean, I know you got like the rising blocks and these punches here. Stylistic interpretation to make it look pretty, but for practicing with a partner, for sparring in the gym, enter the guard. Again, here's this motion here. Round the hips, pull the hips in, shoulder back, bent body throw. Boom. That's what we got here. From 22 up to 24. All right. We're cooking. I might have to make this a 2-part. Now, this is cool. So, in a good old... Let me find it here. In a good old Bubishi, most of this is just bullshit testimonials, but you do have actual body movements that are pretty cool. Let me see if I can find it here on camera. Why am I doing this? I can just cut this in later. Okay. So we got this movement here, which again, I'll probably cut in. There's this one here. Okay. Bear hug from behind. And then we're going to move into this one here, which is a throw. And I'll put bigger versions of those pictures here. But basically, we got an attack from behind, bear hug over the arms, or you could probably do this with under the arms too, but I'm going to create space as I pull my weight forward so they don't pick me up and throw me. I'm going to groin strike behind them, or behind me, in front of them. Groin strike behind me, bring this hand up. So in the kata, we have this movement, right? Or like this. I can go groin strike behind me though, more facing forward. And then again, turn, and you're going to grab the crotch, or if you're in the gym with your partners you like, just grab the inner thigh or underneath the knee. You pull the leg up, and you push their chest down, and you throw them. Okay? So, again, hammer strike behind you, groin shot. Again, turn, grab under the thigh, or if you don't like them in the crotch, you pull the leg up, and you push the chest down. And it's a throw. And Patrick McCarthy said that I didn't read his book. By the way, I made a video about that book a couple years ago, about this book. So there you go, Mr. McCarthy. Not only did I read it, I know the movements in it. You're welcome. Okay. 27, 28, 29, these 30s. We talked about this previously in one of my other videos, but when you have this movement here, we're moving into a rear naked choke, right? So in the kata, we have like this movement here, and then we kick our hand, and we come around, and elbow smash, and this. I want you to imagine instead of that from here in the kata, right? Shoulder throw, ippon sei nage, shoulder throw over, and after you throw them over, then you wrap underneath and do the rear naked choke. Just 1, 2. And stylistically in the kata, they do it like 3 times. Realistically, you probably won't be switching arms like that. But that's what's going on there. That's what you can drill. Shoulder throw into a rear naked choke. Meaning, hold on to them. Don't let go of them when you throw them, right? All right, almost done. Now we have these movements. Okay, 2 different techniques here for this, right? One, grab from behind again, elbow behind you, shoulder throw here, right? So grab their arm, grab their elbow that's like coming around the front of you, and shoulder throw. You do that on the other side too. On the third one of these though, instead of just Ippon Seonage shoulder throw, Taitoshi again, which I love. So let's do this drill a little different. We're in here. That's getting close and grab, right? So around the hip and around the neck, if you're going no gi, or around the bicep, or if you're going gi, then you grab the gi lapel and the belt. Right here, I'm gonna turn. My leg stays right in front of them, and pull them over the leg, Taitoshi, which makes sense because the next movements in the kata are what? After you do these, you got this big movement here. We have this scooping back fist thing on the ground. Imagine that though, right? Entrance technique, grab onto them, body drop, and punch them on the ground and pound, right? Boom, boom, ground and pound. That's what this is. With the partner, realistically, after you throw them like that, you're probably going to go knee on belly to hold them down, and then ground and pound. And you have this series of knife hand blocks at the end. We can throw in there a scoop throw. We can go the drill for positioning and control. Hell, let's say scoop throw. We've talked about before. Lyoto Machida does this a lot, where he steps in behind and underneath their leg, and he scoops them over the top. Scoop throw. There'll be video here. And that's that. All right, guys. Yame, we're done. Bunkai, or at least a realistic drill for every movement of Bassai Dai. Let me know what you think. I'm enjoying these. I get a lot of criticism. I share this on a lot of like Facebook groups, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, do it with a partner." I will. Sorry, COVID. But let me know what you think, because I want feedback. Even better, I would love if like somebody did these themselves and said, "Hey, that worked," or "Hey, that's bullshit." Let me know, because right now, due to COVID, I don't have students of my own, which sucks because I've been teaching for like the last 10 years. As soon as this pandemic's over and I'm also not in school, I plan on teaching again, but I miss it. I miss the feedback and talking to people about martial arts and karate. That's why I'm making these videos. So please comment on the, either the YouTube videos or in the Facebook group, whatever group that you see this in. Let me know. You think I'm full of shit? Let me know. If you like what I'm doing, let me know. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. If you made it all the way through this video, good for you. Give me one of these on YouTube. And sayonara.